Starting age 8 or 9, I read everything I could get my hands on. I wanted to be an author. And starting in 7th grade, every week of the year, I decided I would write a short story at least 500 words each to prepare for my life in writing books. Obviously, that's not where I'm at now, and I phased out by the end of the year, but that's when I discovered something called writing about my own life. If I'm being honest, I think I write because I'm so scared that my thoughts are going to blow away when the wind picks up. And I've had a really good memory since childhood, dating way back, but I think I'm scared that I'm going to forget, that I'm not going to have that forever. That eventually in 5, 10, 20, 50 years, I'm not going to remember myself and I'm going to forget. That I am going to grow old and forget who I was Wednesday, April 2nd, 2025. And I'm not going to be like this anymore. And I'm going to be old and I'm not going to make stupid videos on the roof of a parking garage in Old Town Folsom. I think I write because I'm scared of not knowing what's in my head. Writing thoughts is kind of like sorting colored beads in an organizer box so that they're a little bit more useful when you decide that you want to string them together. You see me anywhere, and 90% chance I've got a notebook on me. I need to remember everything you're saying, everything that I want to say, everything I'm thinking, everything that I want to say, but don't want to interrupt you with, every question I have, and everything that I'm going to do once we leave this conversation. Everything. I kept a journal in 2021, 2022, 2023 teetering at the end, and attempted 2024, but crashed and burned. Never able to recover to write again 1 to 3 times a week before bed. And let me tell you, that really, really bothers me that I stopped and I was never able to come back to it. I do have a 2025 journal, but I didn't get it for myself. And I've only had 5 entries since the beginning of the year, which I am okay with because my attention has shifted to other things. I started thinking about all the ways that I write everywhere. I write poetry, spoken word. I write words to music, prayers to God. I write notes in my sermon notebook, and I guess I realized that I would not be the same Jocelyn Horn that I am today if I were illiterate. And I realized that if I were illiterate, I would be even crazier than I am now, because all the neat thoughts in here and all the crazy messy ones in here would all be of the same genre. They'd all be like a swarm of bees without comprehension or known form of their existence. They would all just be everywhere, all the time, everywhere, without processing. I mentioned my attention had shifted. That's because I started writing letters. Actually, no, that's inaccurate. He started writing letters. And after I realized it was fully established, I started writing them back. First one was September 2023 as a thank you note. Second one was April 2024. Then we had 2 in June, 2 in July, 1 in the mail in August, and then 6 in September, and then so on to the point where I've had 49 given to me. I can't even tell you how many I've written back. I feel like writing letters has really helped me because it gives me the space to process and relax what I have been thinking already, and it gives me the satisfaction of putting those thoughts on paper. Actual physical paper, physically writing it out. And I think the reason that I stopped journaling was because the only reason I was doing it was for me. The thing about writing letters is the incentive is the other person. I'm not really doing it for me. He wants to read this. And he feels loved when I take the time to write and take the time to process and do something and make something for him. And same back. It's kind of like when you order something on Amazon and you've been waiting like forever to get it, and it finally comes in the mail and you get to open it. That's what it feels like reading a letter, except it loves you back and it knows you. And this is not something you have to spend money on. You just have to spend your love on. I like writing letters. And I think I discovered something about myself as an artist is that an artist is always going to create. Whether you change the meaning or change the capacity or change the amount of energy you put into it, artist is always going to create. And at the end of the day, I'm always going to be drawn to writing. I'm always going to be drawn to drawing. I'm always going to be drawn to creating a video. And it might look different. It might look different every year that I'm alive, but I know I'm always going to be creating something. And I'm always going to be writing something. I think that's the way God made me.